After really understanding what was being presented to me, God our Father, He gave me a great opportunity. He said, "There's the door, but you're the one that has to walk through it." And it wasn't just a metaphor. I mean, there literally was a door there, but He said that if I chose to walk through it, that on the other side of that I'd get to go up to heaven, and that we would do all these extraordinary things, and that people would talk about these things for generations and generations and generations. And it was quite challenging at first to acknowledge what was being presented to me, but after a few hours of going through this conversation with him, I accepted the position. And at that point, God our Father and Jesus Christ, both there, Jesus stood up and He says, "I want you to follow me." And he was being literal. He said, "Literally, I want you to stand up and follow me right now." And at that point, a portal opened up. It was about 6 foot in diameter with a walkway that just led on into forever. And He turned around and He says, "I want you to follow me." And I started to walk behind Him, and I followed after Him. And I did a picture of what that experience was like for me. But every 10, 20 feet were people, dancing and laughing and playing and working and living their lives. And He was showing me that these were going to be all the people that we were going to be affecting in the future. And He shared that with me before we even started. So that was part of, the blessing that was being presented to me as well. At that time, when I started to take walks with God our Father and with Jesus Christ, they were giving me the confidence to do the things that they were asking of me. They were giving me the encouragement. They were giving me the thing that no one else could give me. They gave me friendship. They offered me family. They basically believed in me when no one else would. And it was really rewarding. It was gratifying, and it gave me a sense of hope. So at that point, God our Father asked if I could write, and I said, "I can." And He says, "Are you sure?" And I says, "Yes, I can." He says, "Okay, well, we'd like to offer you a position. Can you write for us?" And I said, "Yes." And He says, "Okay, well, what are you going to write about?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." He says, "Well, what's it going to be called?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." He says, "Well, where are you going to start?" I said, "Well, I don't know." He said, "Are you sure you can do this?" And I said, I'm sure. And I said, "If you'll let me do this, if you'll allow for me to do it, I can do it." And so God our Father leaned over to Jesus, and He says, they kind of talked for a moment. He says, "Okay, I'll tell you what, we're going to let you do it, and here's how you do it. You start at the beginning, and you keep it simple and direct." He said, "I don't want you to worry about anything. I just want you to start, because when you do, we're going to be there with you, and it's going to get finished." I said, "Okay." So we started, and within a year and a half, we wrote our first book, and that's since been published. It's called Once Upon a Transcendent Realm. I've written a second book that's just about to be released now. It's called Eternus Spurere, and that's a whole other conversation in itself. But I've even written the third book already, and it's being typed up right now. It's to a manuscript form, but I feel I can write more books about all these experiences. There's really so much to say about all these things that I've become a part of. I'm not the only person who's ever had these experiences either. There have been literally thousands of people throughout history, all the way back to biblical times. The book of Genesis, it starts with Enoch having a walk, very similar to the way I've walked. Noah having the same sorts of experiences. Abraham, Jacob, Ezekiel, seeing God in the same way that I've seen Him as well. Writing about all these things, there are proof of the things that I've become part of. So I invite people to connect with this journey, to hopefully it resonates someplace within their lives, to reach out for whatever it is that might be missing, to start working on their relationships and their walks, and really getting something that I didn't have for so long, and that's hope and love and faith. But if you'd like to find out more information about the things that I'm a part of, you can visit my website, www.james-martinez.com, or you can check on different social media platforms that I have. It's the same message. It's a message of unity and faith, and it's a message coming from God.